I was posting or recording what happened last night when I had dreams. And I posted that dream about overconfidence in that dream. But there's another dream that popped up in one night. And this was not being alone. The first dream was about my being alone to find a way to be creative, to live life, to make choices. That's the context of that dream. But this dream was a bit different. Again, it happened during the same night. So it's kind of like an interesting comparison. This dream was, I was visiting a company and waiting in the room, and my job was to give some guidance to a company, which I've done many times. And while I was waiting, there was something happened. I was just preparing or reading something, and so that I can feel, while I'm waiting, the atmosphere of the company. Eventually, this lady came that it's about time to meet the group of management. So I went there, and everybody was prepared. And I sat in one of the chairs, and was to give a lecture. Actually, that reminded me at that point that I had the occasion of my making a mistake when I was setting up a visit to actually it's a Brazilian company. I forgot I had to have the visa, but I had the visa, but it was expired. So I made a mistake of assuming I had the visa, but there are a bunch of people, maybe hundreds of people waiting for me to come. And at the airport, I found a mistake, and I called the president and apologized. So it took a month and a half for them to rearrange the whole thing, because people may have to come and free up the time of flying in or any of that. So that was a mistake I had. I had a few mistakes, not that bad, but that was maybe 7 years ago. So maybe I'm getting to the point of this sign of aging, and maybe related to the idea of overconfidence. But that came just one aside note from this dream. But the dream is about me introduced to this company and share the view of what I see that the company can be done better. After the dream, I thought that's the same as me looking at myself in the mirror and to see what I need to improve, be careful at. And at the toilet, I have this little mirror to look at myself, and there's a saying, be sincere and truthful. So in that dream, I was prepared and give some insight, ideas for them to pick up. I was talking that this company was well managed. Everybody seemed to be competent, and I had some reason to believe that. And then I was pointing that this is interesting, correct, related to the overconfidence that I talked in the other dream. I was pointing that, okay, you guys are very good at what you're doing. I said it something like, but be careful. If you develop the sense of what you're really good at, then something may creep into it. See, as a consultant or a person to make a changes in the company, you need to be very subtle but point the key issues, because each company has its own character, and how to present the case for them to be stimulated, interested, to understand the point of the suggestion and feel energized to do that. That's very important, but could be different, especially when they are well-managed company. Still, there are cases which I can see that this dream may have been connected to what I saw with Trump and Elon Musk doing what they do. Trump is very good at certain things. Elon Musk is good at doing certain things. And they are all confident people. But there's always a potential trap if you're overconfident. So this company that I had in the dream had the similar sense that they are so proud of it. But at least they invite me or something of that nature, because maybe this was the first or second visit. That was the image I had. So I'm trying to explain, don't be overconfident. And it's a difficult thing to explain, because if they're successful, just like in the case of Trump in doing whatever they want to do, and Elon Musk, there's a trap. Nobody's perfect. Even what you're very good at certain things may have flaws. And overconfidence, again, is a potential danger. And overconfident people may not pick up those dangers, and that's the reason for them to be successful in something and too overconfident. I think that was the nature of that dream, that I felt their operation, managing strategy, whatever I felt, sound. But even if, just like any living being, there's always a potential danger that needs to be aware of. So I guess related to the first dream, this dream was also about looking at myself. In the dream, I'm talking to someone else's issue, but as I was talking, I'm pointing myself that I have possibly the similar, of course I'm not that confident or successful or whatever, but it's just a matter of degree that I need to be careful. I'm loose in many cases. That might be another element that like I felt like looking into my mirror. Because this style of videos that produce to share ideas, it's all ideas. I have some background and some analysis or understanding to point what's important. But when you say what's important, there's something else, what's not important, that may become important. It may be too much to say that way, but that's what it is, to live life. You need to be always aware, and I change, environment change, and I have made mistakes here and there. I mentioned about missing the flight by not having the visa to Brazil. That was one instance, but I have more than that small instance. But difficulties that I fell into. After going through difficulties, seem to be doing good. But that's the danger. So I've been using the YouTube precariously. I don't know if that's the word. There's a foundation that I want to share, something I really feel important, and that kept me doing long time to keep on posting the YouTube. And maybe because of that, and because someone said that, keep on doing, I start to wonder, I may go through plan, do, check, act, starting with check what's going on and all that. So there's something I feel I'm accomplishing, and even to talk about some of the most delicate process of meaning of middle way, and even have experience of certain awakening and the sense of nirvana. There's always unknown. That's what the universe is. And that's the fun of exploring it. But it's a danger of falling into the abyss or unknown issue, especially when we are overconfident. That's human nature too, not just for my own sake. Like when we have this potential craziness we face in the world of the conflict of interest, ego, overconfidence, and not connecting to the heart. That was the point I was posting yesterday about Daisetz Suzuki in relation to Kitaro Nishida, the philosopher, and his point, Daisetz's point of being more compassionate and lived as if not accomplished anything, just being genuine human being, and passed away. And that attraction that he has covered so much areas and shared many books, but maintained a good heart and be happy as not as famous, and saying that it's not the point of being driven by the fame or money, but genuine human being without any sign of arrogance. I think that's the video I posted yesterday. And this dream and the previous dream about how I reflected on what I experienced in the dream, it's being synthesized and worked on, that, and will have to be worked on to live my life. That's my confession. What's the bottom line? Be sincere and truthful with warm heart. Use the brain, not to be used, not run by the ego, but listen to your heart and live with the mission to to help others, to help myself with samadhi as the base, or be at the state of absolute being, and may go into nirvana and come back. Make sure that I navigate my life. Hopefully, I may post more videos with some substance in the future. Thank you. It's good to have some dreams and think about it. Make me feel humble.